I'm tired of these online hypocrites, man, talking about R.Kelly. This is why. I'm tired of these people online, in the clubs, at the barbecues. As soon as we put on R.Kelly, half of y'all stop dancing, get off the dance floor, go sit down, stop drinking, stop. Stop that fake shit. Stop. Men, a lot of y'all was in y'all 20s dating underage women and having sex with underage women. Women, a lot of y'all was 16, 17. I went to school with a lot of y'all. Was dealing with men 20, 25, 30 years old. But then as soon as the man's song come on, you want to throw a fit, you want the DJ to turn the music off, you want to stop dancing and enjoy yourself like you weren't doing the same shit he was doing. Y'all need to stop with this shit, black folks, all this hypocrite shit. Welcome back to the Hit Show podcast. For those of y'all who haven't seen that video, go to our YouTube channel, Hit Show Podcast. It's available. It's streaming real well right now. It's a bit controversial video because I called it R.Kelly fans are hypocrites. And if you listen to the video, a lot of people are being hypocrites. The reason why I said that is because a lot of the men that talking about they don't like R.Kelly, don't want to listen to R.Kelly, was doing some of the same things R.Kelly was doing when they was 25, 30 years old, messing with young women. The women that are 35, 40 now, talking about they don't like R.Kelly, don't want to listen to R.Kelly, when they were 16 and 17, were dating older men at the time that were over 20, 25, and 30 years old. The mothers who allowed their daughters to date older men. And then you have the mothers who took their daughters to R.Kelly. And if you watch the clip with K. Michelle and Jason Lee, she said they were mothers in the kitchen cooking. Kelly Price on DJ Vlad. Mothers brought their daughters to R. Kelly, so they also played a role in this. And that's why I said a lot of people are hypocrites. Because a lot of people did the same things that these people did. So that's why I said R. Kelly fans are hypocrites. Now, I got to get Darius' perspective on this, because I've been getting different people's perspective online on my new series. R. Kelly fans are hypocrites. This is just part one, and it's getting good, okay? Because I got more people to bring on here because y'all been making a lot of comments talking about you disagree, agree, and giving me good, valid opinions about this topic and situation. So I need Darius' opinion on this.
My thing is, when there's people always accusing others of things, or they quick to feel like, oh, I can't fuck with that, or something, like they're adverse to certain subjects, 9 times out of 10 it's because they indulge in them same things and they feel either guilty or they don't want nobody to know that they really do that, or they have experience in that, so they try to shoot it down. It's almost with the homophobia thing. Like, me personally, I don't believe one could be scared per se of homosexual, but they can be insecure to the point to where they'll bash them because they probably deep down got some little sexuality issues. It's the same with these people. Like, we know, we seen these older people dating younger people, and it's acceptable when the person is of a certain age, like they've matured and whatnot. So I could see the battle right there, because people try to play that angle. Well, it's a 50-year-old man dating a 20-year-old woman. You know what I'm saying? So I see that angle of it, but the maturity still has to come into play. And with that, these mothers and these parents of these women, these kids, were the mature party in there. So the kids ain't at fault at the end of the day. But there was still a mature party involved that could have controlled how these kids was interacting with adults, R. Kelly specifically. So people want to kind of be hypocritical and act like they not fuck with his music and all this other shit. But in reality, it's probably because you insecure, because you either seen somebody going through that and you turned a blind eye, or you yourself was the 15-year-old fucking with an older nigga, or a older nigga fucking with a younger woman, borderline legal or not. So I don't know if they feel guilty or whatnot, and that's why they try to bash R. Kelly, or they really feel like R. Kelly a predator. But I don't even know if it's that either, because there's so many instances in everyday life where older people are dating younger people and people turn a blind eye to that. I feel like you should have a problem across the board with that shit if you do have a problem with it. Like, you should just have a problem with it. Like, a 20-year-old shouldn't be dating a 50-year-old then. You know what I'm saying? Or a 35-year-old shouldn't be dating a 15-year-old. It should go both ways, but people pick and choose. Or they just try to bash because they insecure, because they either experienced it or they turned a blind eye to it. We all know we got them family members. Well, I don't know any of my family members, but it's a big thing in our community with our family members having relations, whether it's the hard R word or grooming children or whatever the case may be, where the family had turned a blind eye. So we see that this happens in our culture, where we kind of excuse that shit when it's close to us. But if somebody else doing it, you'll bash them. So I think you might be right on that. There's a lot of hypocrisy going on. It's hypocrisy across the board, to be honest.
One big thing that you said to me that interested me, when you said somebody could have controlled how those kids dealt with R. Kelly. Now, that tells me one thing, that the parents were into it. That's what that tells me. But why aren't the parents, the security, the driver, why is nobody else being held accountable? Because I've said this before. Everybody needs to be held accountable. And Cassidy said it. If we're going to be mad at R. Kelly, we got to be mad at everybody. If y'all haven't seen that, watch that with Cassidy.
Me, like, now that we finding out more evidence about the mothers being there cooking dinner and being at the house and around and seeing what's going on, like, that's, to me, you definitely guilty by association now, and whatever charges R. Kelly got should be applied to y'all too. That's, even though if it is your own child, that's would be trafficking, child trafficking. You selling your babies to a grown man and grooming your babies like you a pimp. Know what I'm saying? Like you a madam or a pimp or something. So it's very hypocritical for people to kind of only point the blame at R. Kelly when there's a community that is, they say it takes a community to raise a child, and that's true. And they community failed them kids. That little circle of opportunistic adults and parents, because that's all they were opportunistic.
Well, the thing is, they should have recoded everybody. That's my whole take on it. Like, they recoded Young Thug, Gunna, ain't had nothing to do with none of that stuff. They should have recoded everybody around.
Well, I don't know, because a RICO has to be a criminal organization, so they would have to be a group somehow with like a name or a brand. Like, and you can't RICO just regular ass people. So I mean, R. Kelly could get RICO because he's a brand and a name, but the mothers and shit that was just working alongside of him, I don't know if they're part of his group or if they were signed to anything, any contracts. I feel like they was just handlers. They just was handlers for their children that they brought to R. Kelly.
Pretty much. But you know what? This is going to be the end of our part one. We're going to have part two. I got some more guests coming on. Darius, tell them where to follow you at, because your YouTube was blowing up and your TikTok blowing up.
So you can follow me at YouTube, Chef Darius, and TikTok, it'll be Chef Darius _Soul Foods. And Instagram, Darius, IILL Darius. And just be on the look, because we got a lot of content coming. We coming back strong now, so we about to be pushing it out.
Exactly. And you follow us at Hit Show Podcast, all social media platforms.